Hey guys, it's Meg. I am back this week with a new video for you. This is going to be our standard tarot reading, so if you guys would like to see a message from the cards, please come on in, have a seat, grab a beverage, get comfy and cozy, and we are going to get into our cards in just a minute. Before I do get into the reading, I do want to say that if you like what you see in the video, please go ahead and click the like, subscribe, and the bell buttons so I can, I can give you more content. You can see what I'm putting out. I've also included a list of the decks I'm going to use, as well as linkage to my website, my social media. All of that's going to be in the description. I'm happy to have you come along if you're interested in doing so. Also, I am taking private readings at this time. If you guys are interested in getting a private personalized reading, I'm happy to do that for you. There's a link to my commissions page. Yeah, go ahead and check it out if you guys want to see more. Just to give some updates about the upcoming weeks. I'm fine. First of all, I'm fine. But second of all, I am going to be traveling out of town for the next few days, and in fact, I'm leaving very early on the morning that I typically film. So I will have a video going live that week. It's probably going to be a bit shorter because I do have places to go and people to see, and I'm looking forward to the trip because we haven't been able to make the trip we're making in a couple of years. So that's what's going down. In terms of my website and my blog, I've decided to make some changes in terms of how you can get in contact with me outside of my website. And they're minor changes, but they're changes that need to be addressed because there's some personal things going on with one of my pieces of social media that I'm not really liking right now. So there will be some updates. There will be some changes. Those are going to slowly roll out as I can get to them. You'll see what I mean. You'll see what I mean in the coming days, and there may be some fresh announcements. Okay. Yeah, just stay tuned, and we'll see how it goes. We're going to start off with our oracle reading as per usual, and then with the tarot readings, it's going to be the exact same format. Nothing's changing here, but I am excited to be doing this reading because we're using some different decks than you have seen recently. Anyway, let's see what we can start. Oh, also, I am going to be linking a bonus reading at the end of this video as well, so stay tuned for that as well. Let's start with our oracle reading for the basic energy of this post. Okay, so to start we have Sacred Reverence. We have Ride the Wave. Okay, we also have Hummingbird, Be Here Now. Okay, and we have the Metal King. All right, this is talking about discipline, armor, and boundaries. Okay. I am immediately hearing in my head that you need to make space and time to be with yourself, to be present with yourself, to analyze your emotions, and to understand where you are currently. I'm getting here because you have the hummingbird, and this is basically saying, okay, you need to be present right here and now. Okay. But I'm also getting Ride the Wave. And to me, this card has multiple interpretations. One of them being just go with the flow, take it easy, don't be so hard on yourself. But because it's so much about the water imagery, I'm also connecting it to the cups, the suit of cups in your standard tarot. So there's an emotional time that's likely going on for you that has had you feeling kind of ungrounded, kind of unsettled. You're not, you might be going and going and going and going, and you don't necessarily take the time to be with yourself. You're not taking a minute to stop and smell the roses. And whatever your circumstance looks like, that could be necessitated by maybe you have kids to get to school, you have a job that's demanding of you. All of that's important, and I'm not saying ignore your real life, but perhaps taking a minute to step outside, just a little bit, just a few minutes to step outside of the chaos and say, whoa, okay, here's what I need to do, here's how I need to here's what I need to do, here's how I need to assess things. Here I am here now. Okay, how do I start this assessment process? Okay, let's take that question into our tarot. Here's our sacred reverence. That's our oracle energy. Let's see how we can get rooted and grounded and take some time to do some emotional assessment. Okay, so like I said, try that. Okay, got some cards coming out. Okay, so first things first, how we initiate this assessment process. Let's look at the Ace of Cups, pardon me. Ace of Cups. We're being granted this opportunity for a reason. And maybe the other cards I'm going to pull out of the deck will show that. I think maybe instinctively or intuitively you've known that there has been there's either been an opportunity for growth presented to you before that you haven't felt comfortable taking, or now you have taken that offer and you're starting the process. But either way, there is there's an assessment. You want this emotional growth, and that's kind of what you're being asked in your oracle to take the time to do. Again, that's how I'm getting there. I'm getting there with the sacred reverence, okay, with the Ride the Wave and the hummingbird. Now, what I realized I didn't mention this Metal King here. This is talking again about the boundaries and the discipline. Whatever practices or whatever practices or routines you implement during this time are going to require your attention, and they're going to require you to be disciplined. I was going to say obsessive about it, but that's not what I mean at all. Okay, whatever routines you're looking to implement in order to do this spiritual growth they're going to require discipline. Okay, so that is the Ace of Cups. Okay, let's see another card here. Oh, we have the Two of Cups. So you're going to have to take what you know and integrate it with what you're learning. This is, it could bring a lot of a lot of beneficial things. And immediately I'm kind of getting stuck on the romantic aspect of this card, which could be. It could be the case. But ultimately, it's, to me, this is a card of integrating new beginnings, the new energy coming in. So again, you're going to have to take what you know and incorporate what you're learning into that already acquired knowledge, if that makes sense. Okay. Because remember, you're assessing, you started this assessment process for this, for reasons of spiritual growth, spiritual and emotional growth. And there's going to be some self-discovery. There's going to be some things that you might not have thought about coming into your space. And again, that's up to you on how you put it all together. Okay. So there's the Two of Cups. Interesting. Let me shuffle again. Okay. We're feeling spicy this deck today. Because we got cards flying out all over the place, but essentially we have the Queen of Coins. Practicality is going to be your best friend here, okay? Because I'm sensing you are the kind of person that gets very emotional very quickly. It's going to be, there's going to be a lot that takes you, there's going to be a lot in your space that perhaps you might end up getting overwhelmed by. And while it's okay to feel that overwhelm, how you handle it is going to make a difference. Okay. Yeah, how you handle what you're going through is going to make a difference. So there's the Queen of Coins. Okay. Let's see. Oh, yeah. I do use this deck more often. I do like this deck very much. See, oh, okay. Yeah, we're feeling spicy today. The hidden energy is going to be the Six of Wands here. You're going to have a reason to celebrate because you are going to get to a place, if you continue doing this work in a practical and disciplined manner, this work is going to bring you dividends. You're going to get to a place where you can say, you know what, I've made enough progress. I feel good about saying thank you when I'm being praised. I feel good that I am making forward progress. Perhaps it's a bit slow, but I've worked hard to keep the fire going, and you know, I'm moving into something. Don't know what it is yet, but we're gonna see what it is, and hopefully we're seeing it with a beautiful and wonderful support system. Okay. So there's the Six of Wands is our hidden energy. Let's see some clarifying energy. Clarifying energy, please. Anybody want to come out? That would be great. Clarifying energy, please. Okay. Clarifying energy is the Seven of Cups. So this is probably what we're moving into. We're going to bring in opportunities for ourselves that we might not have thought about accepting before. But we're going to have to be careful about it, because while we've done so much work, we've gotten through so much, there are going to be things that look really nice and shiny and pretty, but at the end of the day might not be so healthy for us, or so healthy for us to choose. We might get what we think we wanted, but it turns out to be different. You know, you ultimately, by this point, I think you'll know what isn't serving you and how to bring in what will. Okay. So there is the Seven of Cups. There we go. That is our clarifying energy. Okay. So this next deck is going to be used to clarify why we are seeing what we are seeing in this first part of the reading. So let's see some clarifying energy for the Ace of Cups here. Okay, why are we seeing the Ace of Cups in this reading? Okay, we have the Knight of Cups. So ultimately, we have to take action. We have to take action on something. Don't know if I can be specific about this yet, but I think given the fact that we have the Queen of Coins and we have the Metal King coming out in our Oracle, let's take action, but not from an impulsive place. Okay, we're starting a new chapter, and this might have the energy right now might have us feeling deeply unsettled because it's new. Okay, but again, this practicality aspect coming in, you already know the discipline. It's probably going to be best to really think about your plan. Think about your game plan before you just rush in, because it's likely that you're leading from a deeply emotional place. Now, you know what? You might be the kind of person that's like, hey, look at that. Look at what's on my wrist right now. Literally nothing on mine. But you lead with your heart. Your heart's on your sleeve. And you're emotional, you're open, you're giving. Maybe that kind of quality has gotten you into trouble, but for the most part, that makes you a wonderful, that makes you a good person for the most part. Okay. The flip side is you may act impulsively on things, and you might, again, borne out by the Seven of Cups, please be careful how you're taking action. I'm hearing right now, I'm also hearing watch your motivations, watch what your intentions are right now, because if you're coming at this from maybe from a bad angle or a bad trajectory, whatever the result is might not be the result you were hoping to get. Okay, so there is the Knight of Cups. Okay, clarifying energy part 2 for the Ace of Cups. Okay, we also have the Hierophant. So you know what's right. You already know what's right. You already know what you're bringing into the situation. You already know what you're bringing into this situation because, you know your personal truths. Okay, you know your personal truths. Okay, I'm going to say it again here. You know your personal truths and you know how to act in a way that aligns with that. Okay, so yes, going back to the Knight of Cups here, you know you can be impulsive. You know you can be a little bit hasty. However, you're also big enough to admit that and act in a way that doesn't necessarily shame yourself or make you feel bad for making mistakes in the past. Okay, all of that is clarifying the Ace of Cups, which is a new chapter, a new emotional and spiritual time of growth, if that makes sense. Okay, let's see some clarifying energy for the Two of Cups, please. Let's see what we need to see. Here we go. What I just forgot here. Let's do that. Okay. Ooh. Okay. I'm going to take the top two here. All right. So to clarify the Two of Cups, we have the Six of Swords in reverse. Either you could at this point be blocking forward progress, but I feel the better, okay, you'll see in the next card why I'm humming like that. I feel like the better way of putting this is that right now, movement is stopped because you are starting this new chapter. You need some time to really let the lessons you're learning right now actually sink in. And remember what I said about the Two of Cups. For me, this is a card about blending and integrating, right? That's what you need to take the time to do. Okay. No, you don't see the forward path yet, and that's possible contributor to why you might feel held back. It is because you're not ready. You might feel ready, but Spirit is saying, let's take another minute or two and really think about what you need to do. Remember, you have the Knight of Cups. So impulse. Remember your impulses. And right now, please know that yes, this will come. This forward movement will come eventually, but you need to make sure that you're ready. And right now, it's potentially not looking like you are. Okay. So there is the Six of Swords in reverse. Okay. Eventually, you are going to come to a time where there will be a choice to make in terms of whether you stay where you are or you make that forward progress. Okay, and remember we talked about that period of time being a time of reflection and slowing down. This may take time, and maybe you get comfortable in that safe space of reflection and, oh yeah, I'm cocooned, I'm safe, I'm warm, I'm happy here. Maybe this is what I needed, and this is where I would prefer to stay. It always works out that something is going to come and shake up your happy little space. Okay? It may feel monumental, but eventually you will be faced with the choice of leaving your space, leaving your comfort zone, or staying where you are and stagnating, which is, it's a choice to make. I'm not going to say you can't make it, but what maybe part of that assessment is what's going to grow here if I don't leave, right? Questions. All of the questions. There's the Two of Wands. Let's see some clarifying energy for the Queen of Coins here. To start, okay, all right, we have the Empress. I love this so much. The Empress is creative. She is strong. She is powerful. She knows the lay of the land because she's of the land, right? She makes things. Yeah, she is of the land. She creates. She creates. And remember, this is about putting down roots and acting in practicality. So a lot of this is going to allow for a creative beginning to start for you, right? But you have to let your ideas marinate. You have to let your spirit come to whatever. You have to let your spirit come to that creative energy. right? Because forcing it doesn't feel good. I can speak from experience because also artist. Root yourself in practicality, root yourself in your creative spirit, because it's certainly there. Okay, things are growing. See, I think I got there. Things are growing, and it's going to take some time. It's going to take patience. It's going to be practicality is going to be required here because things are growing. Okay, things are growing, and I feel like if you rush off to what you may consider as the next best thing, you're going to miss the fruits of your labor. Okay. Yeah, you might miss the fruits of your labor if you continue rushing off to the next thing. Okay. So there is the Empress. Okay. We also have the Hermit. Again, maybe there's a period of rest that needs to be considered here as well, because you planted your seeds. Now they need to germinate and take root. Okay, remember your Six of Wands energy, we just flashed it. But all of this resting, all of this reflecting, it's all going to lead to personal truths, and it's going to help you. It really is going to help you, because you'll get clear about you, your personhood, what you value, how you want to be seen in the world. And when you come back out of your reflection, you will be clear on it. I have a very good feeling you will be clear on it. Okay? So there is the Hermit. That is clarifying our Queen of Coins, Queen of Pentacles. Let's get some clarity for our Six of Wands here. Let me see what I need to see, please. Let me see what I need to see. Oops. Okay. Too many cards. Let's just. Okay. Get this reset here. Trying something different. Excuse me. Okay. We have Ace of Cups. So again, this has all been about your emotional and spiritual growth right now. And with respects to the Six of Wands energy, because you have been working so hard at this, the truths that you discover, the emotional growth that you do is going to allow you to accept the praise, accept accept the praise, accept the acknowledgement that you've worked really hard, you made some changes in your space. We're really proud of you, because that couldn't have been easy, right? So yeah, there is the Ace of Cups. Okay, and you know what? If other people don't see this change, you're doing it for you. Ultimately, you're doing it for you. So that praise that you might have sought outside of yourself is now going to be coming from here. Keep that in mind, because the validation you give yourself matters far more than anybody just jabbing in your ear. Okay? That's advice to myself too, because I've certainly been in places where I've listened a little too closely to people who didn't have my best interests, right? So there is the Ace of Cups, okay? Clarifying the Six of Wands energy. We also have the Sun. Remember what I said about getting clear about your truths. There will be a time where you just bask in the light, and the happiness and the peace and the growth that you have worked so hard for. Okay? It's there. And it is also right side up. The card's also right side up. But it's there and it's amazing. And I'm also hearing who could ask for more than that, right? Yeah, okay. We'll leave that there. Let's clarify the 7 of Cups here. Okay. 7 of Cups. Let's see. Okay. Let's see one more for a clarifying energy, please. Okay. That doesn't belong there. Clarifying energy. We have, okay. Ooh, yep, 7 of Cups. We have the Devil card coming out. There could be some temptations along the way, some things that try and stray you off of your journey. Again, because, you know, I'm associating discernment here. You know what's right for you. And you know that this devil energy, this tempting energy, really isn't going to sway you for that much. So, it may happen. You may be looking at the bright, shiny, pretty, sparkly thing, but it's not. You know differently. You know differently than like, oh, that's nice and shiny. Nope. You know what? Maybe I'm gonna go for plain Jane over here. Again, you know what that situation is gonna look like. Okay. And I think at the end of it all, you're gonna have a reason to celebrate because you haven't done this by yourself. Okay. Yeah, you haven't done this by yourself. Let's leave that there. Oh, yeah, you know what? I think that's a good first part of the reading. So I'm gonna take a water break. But let me remind you to do the same if you haven't done so already. Cheers, friend. Okay. Oh. Alrighty. So let's see what the rest of this energy is gonna do for us. Excuse me. Oh, I got down the wrong tube. Sorry about that. This next part of the reading is going to be for you. We're going to see how your energy is playing into the first part of this reading. What can we do with what we just saw? What can you do with what you just saw here? Let's see your first card. Okay, we have the Star. So at some point there may have been a lack mindset that you've come out of. Okay, and this lack has left kind of a little bit of a void. It's left a void that you're not quite sure how to navigate, fill. Maybe this void can't be filled. It just is. It's there. What do I do with it? It feels like you might be at a bit of a loss. Okay. The thing is that you still have a means of navigating that darkness. Okay, because it does feel weird and again, the stuckness might be putting you in a weird place. It is navigatable. You can navigate it. You just have to look up and see where your North Star is. How do you orient your compass in this? You'll find your star. Okay. So there's the Star. We also have the King of Pentacles. This deck is so cute. I love this deck. Um, you have your North Star, you know how to orient your compass, and you also know that you have qualities and values and morals and personal aspects of you that help you be resourceful in situations where you're uncertain. Okay, as far and going back to this Three of Cups energy, you know what you're bringing to the table. You know what value, what intrinsic internal value you have as a person. Okay, and if that isn't clear, that's part of the thing you're working on discovering. Okay. Um, so yes, while the water may be a bit murky, don't necessarily look at the water. Okay. Again, find your star, find your North Star, because by that you will orient your compass. Okay. So there is the King of Pentacles. Okay. And again, oh, okay, we have the Lovers. This is a little bit different from the Two of Cups here. Just because the Two of Cups, if we're looking at it literally, the Two of Cups, sorry, is the spark, the start of a long-lasting love. Here we have it as potentially physical, but in my eyes, this card represents a choice to be made. It represents weighing out your options. Going back to the Seven of Cups, Devil energy. It's weighing out the option whether you stay or go. Okay, and judging from cards, if you've been particularly savvy, you'll remember the Six of Swords in reverse. Right now, it's looking like staying comfortable and safe might be a little bit more prudent at this time, especially because you're doing a lot of introspection and reflection and taking or trying to make a risky move without really game planning or taking a practical approach. Not doing that is probably not going to help you. Okay. So there's a choice to be made. You know what's going to be workable for you, but the choice is here for you anyway. Okay. So there's the Lovers. Okay. Let's see some hidden and clarifying energy. Okay. For this part of the reading, let's see some hidden energy. Okay. Oh, interesting. Hidden energy, we have the Emperor. So while things might be feeling a bit chaotic, you are I'm shaking the camera, sorry, but you are able to take a chaotic situation, perhaps such as the one we may be experiencing in this reading, and you're able to turn it into a usable, ordered piece of information that you can safely and comfortably use. Okay. Believe it or not, you are an authority over your personhood, your truths, every aspect about yourself you have control over. Okay. Just don't forget it, and yeah, don't forget it. Thumbs table. All right. There is the Emperor. That's our hidden energy, and our clarifying energy is the Ace of Cups. I don't know that I necessarily need to continue explaining the Ace of Cups energy in this situation, because we've been on a journey of self-discovery. I think, this whole thing goes in cycles. So while we make progress here. Now it's time for the next cycle, and it's time for the next cycle, and it keeps moving. This Ace of Cups energy keeps moving on. I like that I say that because, it's a water, the cups are associated with water. Water needs to be in flow for it to really be beneficial for us, right? So, even as the tides get rough, remember that you have the means of navigating it, okay? Moving on. Enough said. I'm going to let that simmer for a little bit, and then we're going to get into our bonus reading. Let's see what we have as part of our final reading, and into the bonus we shall go. Okay. All right. For the final portion of this reading, we are going to start with, okay, we got 3 cards coming out. Cool, okay. We have the 4 of Swords. So ultimately, all of this is going to require us to give ourselves a chance to rest, because this has certainly been hard work. We also need to realize that we feel safe. There is a safety element of this, that we have. We can be peaceful, and we can be at rest because we're safe to be there. Okay, we are safe to be there. We also, oh, frickin' heck. Ta-da. Are you kidding? I don't know what to tell you. This whole thing has been about emotional growth and spiritual growth and learning how to just be. Okay, moving on. Ace of Cups. This whole thing has been about that. It has been about growth. And tapping into the emotional side of it. Tapping into the emotional side of it, doing that in a means that is grounded and practical and game planned as much as we can, right? Excuse me. Gonna take the yawning and the dry throat as confirmation here. Yeah, enough said. I'm gonna drop it and move on here. We also have the moon. So again, when the way feels murky and strange, we still have a star to navigate by. We still have things to work with. We're not done yet. Our journey isn't over, but it is. We've certainly come far enough along that we don't have to be afraid of our progress, right? Okay, so there is the moon. I didn't plan this. Nothing about this was planned. I just started drawing cards. Let's see. Hidden energy and clarifying energy. Thank you. Okay. We have the 6 of coins coming out as our hidden energy. So again, we need to be in the flow of giving and receiving. And our hidden energy, clarifying energy is balance. Okay. I'm going to read these 2 together. In that, in order to do our work, we need to balance our way of giving and receiving in equal. We have to do those things in equal measure. Otherwise, we'll either be depleted in one area and give too much in another. Okay, this is where our balance is going to come in. In terms of the reading as a whole, I do think that asking for help and favors, that's not a bad thing. Don't shame yourself or be too prideful in that regard, because there will be an opportunity for you to give those same things back. Okay, and there may be a time to answer for past behaviors and take accountability, take stock of where you've been, take accountability for getting yourself to this point. And again, don't forget to rest and enjoy what you're creating. Okay, so there's temperance, that is balance. Okay, balance and moderation. Okay, let me pause for a minute. I will be right back. Okay, sorry about that, guys. We get into the bonus reading for you, and we shall see how this goes. For the bonus oracle, we have the land between, we have listening, okay, we have the peacock spirit, let it shine, and we also have the eyes of beauty, positive expectations, and clarity. Immediately I'm hearing that we are in a liminal space. We're in between something that we've left behind and something we're moving towards. Okay, I'm getting there with this land between area. Okay, we might not feel supported. We might feel that the supports we do have are kind of flimsy and wobbly. Okay, certainly that's okay, because perhaps we're learning to rebuild those supports. Okay. At this point, we need to be listening to our hearts. We need to be listening to our intuition, following our gut feelings. Okay. Because while we are in this liminal space, this between space, again, we're doing a lot of learning. We're doing a lot of integration, and I feel like it's possible that we're far enough along in this journey that we can start seeing things about the situation differently. We can be resilient and thrive even in this liminal space. Okay, and we can have positive expectations that the changes we're likely needing to make are going to be in the best interest that we have. Okay, so let's see our bonus tarot. Okay, we have the Four of Coins. So there's some opening up and letting go that we need to do in order to really absorb the lessons we're learning from being in between. Okay, or you know, we're the kind of people that are, you know, you're very smart. You're the kind of person that is very smart. You're very observant. But maybe it's because of those observations that you're closing off. Okay, I have a card in another deck that represents this as it's represented as a female character, but I don't like ascribing gender to the cards anyway. So it's this character, they're sitting on a platform, they have a sword in their hands, and they're looking out over like a cliff or a hill of some kind. They're lost in their thoughts. That's kind of the feeling that I get from this card. But the thing that they probably don't see is that they blocked their heart. They've walked it off. They're in a protective mode. Maybe it's fair based on their past experiences. Okay. But the thing to be careful of is that those past experiences, if this is resonating with you, those past experiences likely have put you in a lack, and you're trying to be very protective of what you have. This may be at the expense of your own emotions, okay, and your own heart and your own generosity, because I'm sensing that that is part of who you are. You're giving. Maybe you've been burned in the past by people who didn't deserve that. You definitely didn't deserve to get hurt, and that's where I'm thinking this Queen of Swords energy is coming in. Okay. In this regard, I'm going to be treating these next two cards as a is the hidden and clarifying energy here. So the hidden energy is the Four of Wands. Okay, I can't decide if that's upside down or right side up. Either way, the Four of Wands to me is an indication of stability and peace and hope. This is just celebrating for celebration's sake. Okay. Actually, this is the Four of Swords. I think this is the Four of Swords. Again, do some resting, do some reflecting. If this is the Four of Wands, there will be a reason to come out of your shell and to be celebratory, right? If this is the Four of Swords, like I believe it is, you really should give yourself a break, because what you're doing to yourself is getting in your own head unnecessarily. Okay, and that's probably what's making you feel a bit stingy. Okay, give yourself a break. It's the wrong card, but again, give yourself a break. Okay. And finally, we have the Page of Pentacles. So, again, give yourself a break to put down new roots, to figure out how to get your seeds to germinate. And you will see growth. Okay. Alrighty. So that is the Page of Pentacles. And that was our bonus reading for today, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I will see you in the next video. Hopefully I will be back. I will be back sometime within the next couple of days to get new work posted and things updated. Be patient with me while I'm away, guys. I'm really looking forward to this trip, but I'm also really looking forward to sharing with you my creative endeavors as well. So I will see you guys very soon. I love you lots. Stay safe, and yeah, have a good day. Bye, everybody.